YouTube, this is Mark and
Brandon.
We're on our epic Manistee River Trail backpacking trip. We're going 20 point something miles in just over 2 days, and we got here at like 1 o'clock in the morning. We decided, what the heck, we'll take off and give it a shot. So right now it is 2:42 a.m. and we're hiking on the North Country Trail side, and it's pretty darn steep. We've gone up some real steep hills, and thankfully no bears, because our food ain't hanging in a tree; it's hanging on our back. So I don't know. We'll go a little bit further, and we'll probably break camp and just try to catch a little bit of sleep, since both of us have been up for about 24 hours now. So we'll turn her back on when we got something good to say or something interesting to see. Well, this is
Brandon
and Mark. Can't see myself, but yeah, we should have took a picture of the campsite, but we didn't. We were too tired because we hiked from like 2 till 5 o'clock in the morning before we stopped anyways. Here is the marker for the North Country Trail. So this is our first full day. And probably do less because we did so much last night. Well, not exactly sure where we're at specifically, but we definitely found our home for the night, even though it's only, what time is it? 3 o'clock. We found freaking heaven on earth. This is bizarre. The trail is up there, and we were actually coming down that way, and it was really steep when we saw this pine tree section, and then we decided to hike a little bit further, and there was actually a trail that came down here. So we decided to stop early, and we set up camp. And whether you can hear it or not, but there is a babbling brook directly behind us. Right now we can see it. Probably just some tributary of the Manistee River. So we have, and it's ice cold water on top of it. Oh, we're filtering it, but it's ice cold. And just beautiful, nice clearing, beautiful day. And since we hiked through the night the other night, we decided we deserved to treat ourselves, so we ended up stopping early. It'll be very difficult breaking camp tomorrow. We will probably be lollygagging and leaving this spot, because this is the quintessential hammock camping spot that we've seen in a very, very, very long time. Like, you can see people maybe hiking all the way up on that ridge. They're passing through the trees. This is absolutely phenomenal. Well, it's Saturday morning. Broke camp. Broke our awesome camp, but a group of hikers decided to spoil it for us, although they're quite a ways away, but oh well. We ended up crashing at like 5:30 at night and slept till like 8 o'clock this morning. which is awesome. Anyway, so we're back on the North Country Trail, and we have to make up some ground today because we kind of took a slacker day yesterday. So hopefully I'll show you a little more than stupid signs on this trip. Alright, finally made the Manistee River. I think this is the picture everybody sees of the Manistee River, with this little finger jutting out. Oh, it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's probably about, I don't know, what do you think, 70 degrees? Low 70s, if that. Crystal clear sky. This is awesome. Just got off of the North Country Trail and made the turn. So from what I've read, this is all nice and flat, so all of today's hike should be really easy peasy. Beautiful tons of room to hang up our hammocks. And we'll turn her back on when we get to the, what are we going to see next? We're going to see, oh, I guess this was that river that we were looking for, so it'd be, what, the suspension bridge, I guess.
What did you say the largest?
Largest suspension bridge in lower Michigan, I think. We're actually down to the Manistee River. The trail markings kind of suck. Fortunately, there's another hiker who's been through this area before, and he said, yep, we're on the right trail, because the tree marker white dots disappeared. But anyways, we're down to the river. It's beautiful down here. Want to jump in for a swim, but I'm not going to. Maybe a little bit later. Nice and deep. I know you probably can't see it on the camera, but it's at least 3 to 4 feet deep there that I can see, and then maybe a little bit deeper in the middle. And it's chugging along at a nice pace. Makes me wish I had my Thermarest mattress and I could float for a while. But I don't have that either. We made the suspension bridge on the MRT. Crossing it now. Simply beautiful. But the trail's marked for crap. As we soon found out, and almost, no, we did get turned around. Moo. Well, here again we are on the Manistee River Trail, and this trail is marked horribly. I mean, this last junction we were at, the North Country Trail is marked in blue squares. Manistee River Trail is marked in white squares. Pretty clear, except they had a white arrow on a blue diamond. And that's what we followed to get to this. And I seem to remember seeing this in one of the pictures of someone that hiked this trail. So I'm assuming we're on the right trail because we haven't seen a white dot in a while. Although the trail's supposed to follow the river pretty much all the ways now. And right across the river over here, I don't know if I took a shot of this earlier, but right there, we were standing about, I don't know, hour ago, something like that. So we hiked all the way through that way and crossed over that suspension bridge when we could have just swam across the river, although that wouldn't have happened, but I'm fantasizing now.
You know what, it's so shallow over there, probably could have just walked up to our waist all the way through.
Yeah. Though it looks really deep right there, but maybe, I guess it's not really deep over there. But we didn't know. And we wanted to see that suspension bridge anyway, so I guess it was better. It's just the fact that this trail is marked for crap. I mean, they really did a poor job. We hiked the North Country Trail first, and that was marked total professional all over the place. You come on to this side where it branches off the North Country Trail to the Manistee River Trail, which I assume is taken over by the state then. And they must have ran out of money and they couldn't buy any more spray paint because the white dots have been very few and far between and sketchy at best when you find them. We actually went off on a couple different trails that weren't part of that trail, but were fortunate enough to link back up with it. But the point is, they should have done a much better job mapping that trail out, because if you got some inexperienced people out here and it was getting towards dark, someone could really get in trouble. So that's my public service note for this video. But it's beautiful nevertheless. guess
no,
so.
it's gonna worse than.
A little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you know, I wonder if we need like
Like Tequaman in size? This isn't another waterfall, I guess, but looks about the same as the other one. Pretty cool. Little tributary coming off, feeding into the Manistee. If I had more energy, I'd go down there and take a shower. But I don't have the energy. Well, we stopped for a little bit. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so we're making great time. And I'm just going to take a breather over here. And it's beautiful on this side of the river, but the problem with this side of the river is there's tons of people. Well, I shouldn't say tons, but there's a lot of people. And there's like, I don't know, 7 state designated campsites that are nice and cleared out that you can camp at, but so far every single one of them have been taken, and they're all like primo spots. So looks like we're gonna be in the woods. Now the forecast is supposed to be for rain tomorrow morning, so with any luck that'll scare a bunch of them off and maybe they'll leave. So hopefully, if not, we'll be in the woods. It's no big deal. We're planning on doing that kind of sort of anyway. Just being by the water would have been nice, because purifying the water, having unlimited water for cooking and cleaning and stuff would be nice. Although our cooking is going to be a bit of a problem, because we're both just about out of fuel. So we may be cooking over fire tonight unintentionally, or not planned. But oh well. So it goes. Well, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We actually just had a rude awakening, thinking we were much further on the trail than we actually were. Then we found a benchmark that showed us we were seriously lacking in mileage at that point. So we got to pick it up a little bit here before we call it quits for the night, which was a little discerning, because we kind of thought we were already there. We're gonna have a nice easy afternoon, but oh well. So it goes. It's beautiful still nonetheless, although this side of the river we've noticed a lot of people, a lot more people. The North Country Trail is much more secluded, even though you don't see the river really ever. This is pretty, but I don't know. See the river or have some seclusion, I guess it's up to you. Guess you can't have your cake and eat it too. Well, I'm not sure if this is the scenic overlook that's on the map, but yeah, it's really pretty. On the other side, over there, I'm assuming that's where the North Country Trail was, which is where we were yesterday and this morning. And the river's in there, in the middle there somewhere. So we're obviously away from the river somewhere. And hopefully it seems like people are thinning out more and more lately, so hopefully we'll be able to find a really good camp spot tonight, because in the beginning it wasn't looking very hopeful. So well, it certainly is beautiful, but we're both under the impression that the map I've got is totally jacked up because, I don't know, the distance between known landmarks just seem to be kind of random, further apart or closer together, because the better timing we thought we were going to get between landmarks ended up taking us seemingly forever, and then we just hit like 2 or 3 in a row and we're like, what? Totally doesn't seem right. So we're a little perplexed as to where we are. I decided on this trip not to bring my handheld GPS, and I think that was a mistake because that'd give us a better idea of where we're at and I could measure stuff. But oh well, lesson learned. I'll bring it on the next one. Well, we made it to a place called Cedar Creek. There's the creek. Here we are. And we are pretty much delusional at this point. And extremely tired. And I'm just chilling by the stream a little bit. Get a little water on me, cool off a little bit. Cool off the GoPro. See anything good? I don't know. Me neither. Oh, fogged you up. Sorry, bro. Anyways, this is our creek that we're at, and we're digging it because all we got to do now is apparently climb up this hill. Even though it's flat, it's deceiving because it's a hill, but it's really flat. Even though it's like on an angle, like about that, it's flat. Because if it was a hill, we'd really be bummed out because this section is flat.
Well, if it was a hill, they would have told us on the map.
Oh yeah, if it's a
And all
hill.
the reviews,
Yeah,
they say
all the
it's
reviews,
completely flat.
completely flat. So
But it's not a hill because the reviews say it's completely flat.
clearly, it was on the internet, so you know it's true.
Makes a lot of sense.
So I don't know. We did what, 9-10 miles today,
Yeah, close to.
and it was like all uphill. It seemed there was like no downhill. So everything downhill was in the opposite direction. I don't get it.
Yep.
But
Packs are all sweaty.
it's still packs are all stinky, nasty. But it's still beautiful here. Digging it. Just wish we were just better informed. Maybe I've had a different psychology approaching this. Maybe not knowing anything would have been better than thinking you knew what you were getting yourself into. So we're going to hike up this flat hill. Then we'll set up camp, and hopefully we're hoping we got enough fuel for one more hot meal. We're going to split my Mountain House sweet and sour pork, but Brandon's threatening me with his beef stroganoff, which I refuse to even smell.
Get this real quick. This is where we went wrong. I just figured it out. So this is the North Country Trail. Pardon my dirty nails. North Country Trail. And then it splits off and becomes the Manistee River Trail. And there's a sharp turn right here that takes you nice and slow to the suspension bridge. Remember that lookout part where we could see the peninsula where we had hiked that really...
Yep.
We must have kept going straight and we followed the river right here. And then all the way back when we should have... We missed... There was a very poorly marked turn apparently because we didn't see it. So we went all the way down here for no reason.
So we added like another mile to our commute.
Yeah, no big deal.
But since we're outstanding woodsmen and backcountry buffs, it was just icing on the cake. My back don't feel it. My neck don't feel it. My feet don't feel it.
Oh, I'm not sore in the slightest. Nope.
And we may
In fact, when I get home, I'm gonna go right to the gym. 'Cause I feel lazy.
and we may have to gorp our last meal because we ran out of fuel to cook because I was so bent on having all my spam,
Yeah.
which was good, but
It was great.
used up all our fuel.
The honey was great. The honey was great.
So we'll see you guys when we set up camp. Well, I'm no botanist or zoologist, but this looks like one of them tree things where like the bears claw it to death, sharpening their nails or whatever they do, because all the bark is laying down at the base of the tree. It's all like missing, like, I don't know, bear claw height. Kind of weird, kind of semi-spooky. This definitely looks like big time bear country. This screams Upper Peninsula. It's just what it looks like. Tons of ferns and pine trees everywhere. We still haven't reached that campsite. We climbed up that hill that lasted forever. So hopefully we're not very far away because we're exhausted. So here we are making a fire because we ran out of fuel. And although we cooked our last meal, mine was hot. Brandon's was a little cold because we couldn't get to a full boil. So since this is our last night, we're going to make our dessert. Our Alpine Air Apple 7 Apple bars. What we call that night because it's already, I don't know, what time is it?
10 to 7.
So we're both tired. We both want to go to bed. So let's see if we can get this baby going. Hey. Let's see if we can keep it going. Well, I think it's a success.
Yeah.
Just gotta
Throw our pots on there and make some dessert. This is our awesome view. We did a couple extra miles today to find a campsite. So tomorrow's a little bit shorter of a walk. There it is, there's the Manistee. We could see over there on the horizon, that's where we were yesterday. Good old 12 miles ago. We got this little fallen stump here for the fire. And then our sleeping system over here. Got the bug net. We were thinking about putting our rain flies up tonight because it could rain tonight, we don't know. Got our packs. And here's the other sleeping system. All around, successful trip so far. Cool views. Cool times. And here we are trying to get a good boil going right on the coals. Since this guy ran out of power over at us. Alright, BRB.
Well, this is Sunday morning. On our way out, we had a night of rain. Tarp setups work out just fine. Stayed dry. We had a raccoon or something try to get into one of our packs last night, but no damage, no foul. And this is still the Manistee River. Beautiful section. And instead of camping where we camped, we could have camped right here, which would have been even more awesome. But we were just stone wasted. We just couldn't take another step. And we just came down. I know you can't even see it, but over in this area there is a heck of a mountain hill that we had to come down. And being half asleep, that may have been quite treacherous for us. So I guess it's a good thing we stopped where we stopped. But we still have, I don't know, what, 3 more miles to go, 4 miles to go. We just started. We may have just done a half mile, so we got a long ways to go still. Well, still on the MRT over a scenic overlook. This place is gorgeous. There's people already canoeing. And we still have a few more miles to go. We are at Arquilla Creek, I guess you call it. This is just so cool. Crystal clear water. It's beautiful.